temporary foreign worker at this restaurant says they got caught in a similar scheme. The man says a Canadian immigration consultant promised him a path to permanent residence for $50,000.
I have seen a wide array of abuse going on, from psychological to monetary to sexual abuse.
Do your job in a safe and healthy workplace and be treated with respect. But if you have been mistreated at work or are in an abusive job situation, you may be eligible for the Open Work Permit for vulnerable workers.
At lalong tumatagal ay nagiging talamak na ang mga gawaing ito.
Naman guys ay mag-share tayo ng legit na process, timeline ng ating kababayan na si Sir Jefferson Domingo Badang. Shout out sa iyo kabayan. And thank you for letting me share your timeline. Nag-ask nga po tayo ng permission sa kanya na ma-share dito sa video ang kanyang timeline para magka-idea naman yung mga aspirants natin sa tamang proseso.
Lumalala na at dumadami na rin ang mga fraud cases dito sa Canada. At lalong tumatagal ay nagiging talamak na ang mga gawaing ito. And para sa akin, katulad din ng Government of Canada, maiayos or magkaroon ng magandang solusyon para dito at matigil na. At dito guys, sa ating video for today ay ipapakita natin ano-ano yung mga klase ng mga pangloloko na ginagawa ng mga scammers na to. And sometimes talagang nakakainis kasi may mga tao na gusto lang ay magtrabaho, gusto lang ay maabot ang kanilang mga pangarap dito sa Canada, at meron ding mga legit talaga ang employers and legit ang process na pinasok. Pero dahil nga sa mga sunod-sunod na nangyayaring scamming at paggamit sa sistema ng LMIA, ayun po, naghihigpitan na ngayon, at kailan nga lang nito ay nag-decide na ang Government of Canada na tanggalin na lang ang corresponding points ng LMIA dahil sa sitwasyon ngayon na milyon-milyon ang nag-aagawan for permanent residency, at ang LMIA ay isa sa critical part para tumaas ang overall CRS score ng isang applicant. Kaya nagiging mahalaga siya, nagiging critical siya, at marami rin ang sa kasamang palad ay nabubulag at kumakagat sa mga ganitong scam. At ngayon guys ay pinag-uusapan natin ito para ma-expose ang mga ganitong gawain at maiwasan yung mga mabibiktima pa. Dahil may mga iba pong applicants na, let's just give them a benefit of the doubt, na talagang wala lang silang alam at naging vulnerable sila sa ganitong mga klase ng scams. At ngayon po ay i-expose natin ang ilang mga gawain ng mga scammers na to para maging aware na ang mga tao, at in the future, hoping tayo na wala nang mabiktima. Yung mga gustong magtrabaho na to, hindi naman talaga mga milyonaryo. Kumbaga, kaya nga po naghahanap ng trabaho para sa pangarap na, ayun, gumanda po ang buhay or magkaroon ng tsansa na makipagsapalaran dito sa Canada.
A temporary foreign worker at this restaurant says they got caught in a similar scheme. The man says a Canadian immigration consultant promised him a path to permanent residence for $50,000 to be paid in 5 installments. Before making the second payment of $15,000, he asked the consultant if it should be sent by bank or cash. The reply: employer needs to be given cash. That employer was Turtle Jack's Oakville. Manager Inderjit Lamba offered the worker a full-time position as a cook, one of 2 LMIA-approved jobs worth 50 additional points towards permanent residence. But after arriving in Canada from India, the worker discovered his job was not what it seemed. He wouldn't actually work any hours. Instead, he was told to make bi-weekly cash payments to the employer in order to stay on the payroll. How much money should be sent to the employer? He asks his consultant. $1,471.53 is the cash amount. Do it every second week, she replies. In another WhatsApp message, the manager, Lamba, tells the worker to ask a member of staff for an envelope. Put payment in there, close the envelope, and have another member of staff put in my box, put my name on it. And if a payment was late, a threat to take him off the payroll jeopardizing his hope of permanent residence. If you are not here today, I will end the pay, Lamba writes. Because LMIA positions come with a closed work permit, he was not authorized to work for any other employer. He was stuck.
Mabigat and grabe tong mga scammers na to. So, binangakuan ng permanent residency kasama ang trabaho na dadatnan niya. And this is worth 50,000 Canadian dollars. And ito po ay napakamahal po. Halos parang sumasabay sa presyo ng 2 years program ng isang international student. Pero doon, meron ka talagang papeles, meron kang status. But unfortunately, itong process na tinatahak niya ay illegal at hindi talaga tama ang proseso. So, napakalaking pera, hinihingan siya ng 5 payment installments. And since this is a closed work permit, ay hindi siya allowed na magtrabaho sa ibang employer. So, talagang nakastuck siya at talagang alanganin siya kasi paano siya mabubuhay dito sa Canada, paano niya masusustain ang living kung walang trabaho and at the same time, magbabayad ka pa. So, saan mo kukuhanin lahat yon?
I have seen a wide array of abuse going on, from psychological to monetary to sexual abuse.
Immigration consultant Tatiana Buxhorn says she's helped over 800 vulnerable workers get a special permit, allowing them to work for any employer anywhere.
They're terrified to report because of what has been instilled in them. If you say something, I'm going to have you deported.
Buxhorn says most of the cases she's done involved LMIA payroll schemes.
What I never did understand is how somebody can request an LMIA from Service Canada and say, I have a need to hire this person, and then not ever employ this person, but run a payroll.
CBC News reached out to Service Canada, the agency that approved the LMIA for Turtle Jacks Oakville. They told us they're currently conducting compliance activities on this employer. Lamba told CBC the allegations are unproven, unsubstantiated, and are denied, adding Service Canada has not informed them of any violations or negative findings whatsoever. After being contacted by CBC News, parent company MTY said of the franchisee, "We will not renew his franchise agreement," adding they have 90 days to sell the restaurant and will never own any of their franchises again.
So yun guys, no, talagang matindi rin ang mga pinagdadaanan ng mga napupunta sa ganitong scamming. Hindi lang pala nakakulong sa monetary scamming, meron ding psychological and sexual abuse. Talagang nakakabahala ito guys. At na-mention nga ng isang immigration consultant na pwedeng mag-apply ng open work permit for vulnerable workers ang mga nasa ganitong kaso. Pero of course, meron pa ring proseso para dito. And good thing about that special permit ay pwede sila makapagtrabaho to any employer. From Canada.ca, dito po natin makikita ang information about sa open work permit for vulnerable foreign workers. And may mga ibang details pa tayo na pwedeng basahin. Ayan, katulad ng mga list of employers at iba pa. Mababasa din natin dito who can apply. Ayan, number 1 are inside Canada. Applications made at a port of entry won't be accepted. And number 2, have valid employer-specific work permit. So, hindi po expired. So, this is a work permit that has your employer's name on it and are abused or at risk of being abused in relation to your job in Canada. And good thing about it ay wala pong fees para sa work permit application na ito. And panoorin naman natin ngayon ang video from Canada.ca about sa vulnerable workers.
As a migrant worker in Canada with an employer-specific work permit, the job you do is important. You help our businesses grow. You should be able to do your job in a safe and healthy workplace and be treated with respect. But if you have been mistreated at work or are in an abusive job situation, you may be eligible for the Open Work Permit for Vulnerable Workers. It can help you leave your abusive situation and find a new job with a new employer. Don't worry, we will not contact your current employer during the application process, and there is no fee. To get started, you'll need to fill out the regular online work permit application. You will be asked for information about yourself before you are asked about the abuse. When you fill out your online application, you'll be asked to attach a letter that tells us what you are experiencing and any other proof you feel is important. To find out about the types of evidence you should include, please go to canada.ca/vulnerable-foreign-workers. After we receive your application, we will treat it as a priority. If we have questions, you might be asked to do a private interview. If you're approved, you can find a new job, and any adult family members who came with you to Canada may also be eligible for an open work permit. You should know that if we approve your application, we'll investigate your former employer. Depending on what we find, they could get a fine or be stopped from hiring other migrant workers. If you are not approved, we won't tell your employer that you applied. As a migrant worker in Canada, your rights are protected. To find out more about the open work permit, visit canada.ca/vulnerable-foreign-workers.
So talagang grabe guys, no? Merong LMIA, and then meron din siyang payroll, pero hindi siya nagtatrabaho doon. At the same time, magbabayad pa. And kung ganito yung sitwasyon na dadatnan mo, na wala ka palang trabaho talaga, tapos ikaw pa magbabayad, eh talagang napakahirap po na sitwasyon, napakahirap.
At ngayon naman guys ay mag-share tayo ng legit na process, timeline ng ating kababayan na si Sir Jefferson Domingo Badang. Shout out sa iyo kabayan. And thank you for letting me share your timeline. Nag-ask nga po tayo ng permission sa kanya na ma-share dito sa video ang kanyang timeline para magka-idea naman yung mga aspirants natin sa tamang proseso, sa proseso ng LMIA at pagkuha ng work permit. So, ayan. So, nag-apply po siya through Job Bank and direct hired siya. Wow! Ang kanyang trabaho ay FCA or Food Counter Attendant.
Nagkaroon siya ng email from employer for the interview invitation. So, sa Spruce Grove. And dito po siya somewhere din malapit sa Edmonton. So, May 23 ay naganap po ang kanyang Skype interview. And then, June 8, na-confirm niya agad, napakabilis, na-hired na siya. Yan. So, June 30, na-receive na rin ng positive LMIA. Ang bilis ng timeline niya. No? And then, July 10, meron na siyang job offer. July 15 ay mga initial requirements na. So, yung mga passport, Saudi police clearance, NBI, COE, PSA, and no medical siya since Saudi-based applicant, and kung nasa Middle Eastern countries din. And depende daw sa position. So, also, August 23 ay na-lodge na kanyang applications for work permit. Tapos, August 24, nag-biometrics request, and nagawa na ng August 29, 2023. September 19, merong mga additional request like employment letter, pay stubs, diploma, TOR. And September 25, 2023 ay hininga na siya ng mga para sa bank statement, proof of funds. So, next na nangyari ay September 26 ay meron na siyang employment contract. And then, December 20, 2023, bago magpasko, ayan, so na-receive na niya ang magical email na do not reply and approved na siya, basically. So, next na nangyari, December 27, ay na-receive na rin niya ang kanyang passport with stamp. And December 30, yan, nag-resign na siya sa kanyang Saudi company. And January 23, yan, finally, nasa Canada na siya. So, napakagaling ang kanyang timeline. Sa Job Bank siya nag-apply. And sabi niya nga na matindi ang competition sa Job Bank, kaya tiyaga lang and you need to simplify your CV and cover letter para mapansin. And may mga previous job offer din siya, pero talagang siguro ito lang yung panahon niya, ito yung tamang panahon para sa kanya. Kasi yan, meron din siyang job offer sa BC, sa sa SINP or Saskatchewan. So, ayun, God willing nga daw na sabi nga rin niya na God will give you the best company, you just have to wait for the right timing. So, napakagandang journey and talagang may tamang panahon para sa lahat. So, ayun guys, talagang nakakalarma ang talamak na pagdami ng mga ganitong kaso dito sa Canada. And hindi rin natin masisi ang Government of Canada na maghigpit patungkol sa LMIA. Kaya sa mga nag-a-apply po dito sa Canada, mag-ingat po sa mga peking LMIA job. Kung masyadong too good to be true, magandang-maganda yung mga sinasabi, and then eventually ay magme-mention ng presyo, mag-isip-isip na po kayo at mag-research, i-check kung legit ang mga employers na ito, take time na magtanong, and wag basta-basta maglalabas ng pera. At maganda rin po na malaman ninyo yung mga requirements for permanent residency para alam nyo sa sarili ninyo kung na-meet ba ninyo yung requirements. Kasi again, okay lang po na gumawa kayo ng mga sariling research nyo para sa permanent residency, aralin ng probinsya na pupuntahan, para hindi lang tayo totally nakadepende sa sinasabi ng mga consultant or agency. So again, wala pong masama kung mag-extra mile tayo na mag-effort na mag-aral, basahin ng mga requirements para sa permanent residency.